Well, today I remembered to charge up my camera so I can do a few flight videos here for you. I'm out at my new flying spot. There's a real light breeze. And I've got a nice gentle breeze out of the south. Perfect day. It's a little warm, but that's fine. This spot that I found, it's really great. There's a housing neighborhood over here, and that's far enough away and in the direction that I don't fly, so as not to be a problem. And then over here you can see all of the nothing, and it's perfect. This brand new asphalt road, and it goes all the way in this direction. You got a nice long runway. You've got a short one here, and I was able to land the plane that I brought today on this short of a runway. You can see it in my other video of the Freewing Venom, which is just an amazing plane, by the way. And then this over here, it's got that runway, and it is a good long straight runway. I tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better spot, man. I mean, between the two runways, the emptiness, could not have asked for a better spot. My wife and I were house shopping, and her dad, my father-in-law, asked if we could find out while we were here what that building is. And that's what led to me driving down this street here, and I said, would you look at this spot, man? I could fly anything out here. Anything. And so within the next couple of days, I brought a plane out here. I don't remember what the first plane I brought out here was. I'll have to think about that for a minute. And just immediately, I mean, it was perfect. It was picture perfect. And that's what I brought out today. I brought out the Venom. This has, within the last couple days, couple weeks, I guess, this has really become one of my favorites. If I could only keep 3 planes, this would be one of them. If I could only keep 1 plane, oh man, that'd be a serious contender right here. It just flies so amazingly well. This one came from Motion RC with a 1650 kV motor. They only advertise a 1450 kV, so I got kind of a free upgrade out of this. It's got 12 blade fan, 90 millimeter rudder, aileron, elevator, steering, flaps. What's funny about this is only one of my flaps works. I don't know why. When I got it out of the box, I tested everything and the servo works, but when I plug everything up, that one flap doesn't go. So what I assume that means is there's a wiring problem, right? Well, this plane doesn't really need flaps. It's cool, but it'll land even with no real headwind, real slow and real easy. I actually flew it yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, with my one flap down, and for some reason I just didn't notice it in my pre-flight check. See the right hand one there? It was half, right? And I took off and I thought, oh, that needs trimmed. That's strange. And I put like 4 clicks of trim, and it was like it wasn't even there. That's how good this plane is. So what I may do, or not, because it's not necessary at all, I thought I might take out the flap servos and tape them up save a little weight, but who cares, man? That's not even really necessary. So I probably won't. Well, I was gonna wait on Dad. I've got 3 packs. I'll probably go ahead and fly. I've got one 4500, which is in the plane. I've got 2 5000 milliamp hour packs. I want to say this pulls about 105, 110 amps on 6 cell with the 1650 kV motor. And she moves, man. I mean, it's really like a big flying wing with a boom tail. So, I mean, there's nothing to it. It weighs a little bit, not a ton. It's really strong, really flexible. I added a carbon fiber spar across the middle. Let's see if I can get you a shot of that spar I added. Can you see in there, right in front of the motor, you can see that there's that spar, and I'm burning myself on this black asphalt here, but I read reports that the joint by itself wasn't that great, so I got a drill bit, I drilled into the wings, and I put a spar in and secured it with white Gorilla Glue. And it's worked great ever since. I haven't had any problems. It's very stiff. I didn't do that on my first Venom. I didn't know about it. That one actually crashed because I was messing around a little much and I was going too slow. And I stalled really hard and just smashed it right into a fence post. But it flew so well I had to have another one. I don't do that much. This one was so good I had to have another one. So I did, I got it. Alright, that's enough talking. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing off. Dad will get here eventually. And I don't know if he'll have anything to fly or not, but I know he likes to watch this thing fly. So hopefully, just one more thing. I flew 3 batteries maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and I had 3 picture-perfect landings. But I'll bet you, because I've got the camera going, I'm going to mess something up. I'll bet you I've messed something up today on a landing. We'll see. I know a lot of people don't like them. I always have. I'm using a Orange RX diversity receiver, which has the option to add 2 satellites. I haven't yet, but I also haven't had any real issues. Oh, here he is. Pulling up now, just in time for the first takeoff. Freewing Venom version 2 from Motion RC. This is hands down one of my favorite planes. That sound is just the best. And you can do this. Pull it up on me a little bit. Let's add some trim here and see what we get. I want to do a lower, slower pass here. I've got a nice wind from right behind me here, so we're going to make it low and slow. I love this plane, guys. I really do. I hesitate to recommend this as a starter because it costs $400. And you need the battery, and you need a charger capable of charging the battery. It flies well enough to be a trainer, honestly. And that's the truth. But it's got that wow factor and that price tag that is a little bit, I'll say, prohibitive for some people. And I'll be honest, I was nervous the first time I flew my first Venom. It wasn't my first 90mm jet. That distinction went to a Stinger 90, which I crashed on the first flight because it was painted black and I lost orientation. Timer minute 50. But this was my second 90mm EDF. That is going to look good on the video, I hope. I really hope so. Alright, let's get the gear down. 1, 2, 3. I don't suppose I need to land yet, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. This plane really doesn't have any bad tendencies at all that I can speak of. Come on now. Give me one of those picture perfect smooth landings from the other day. Oh, I love it. I love it. Zoop. Whip them around and bring them all back. Every flight, I like this plane even more. And I hope it's not too windy today that you couldn't hear those high power passes, man, because that sound is amazing. Sorry, I'm shaking my head a lot because there are flies. I got flies landing on my head and staying there, and I've gotten a few fly bites over the past few days. I don't like them. So yeah, this, man, this could be a trainer jet if you had the budget for it. That's the only downside to this plane. Not that it isn't worth every cent that you would pay for it. It's just some people may not have that kind of budget available. If you do, $400. I got my 4500s and my 5000s from Hobby King. They are zippy compacts, and they work absolutely great in this plane. Like, I don't know what anyone thinks of the quality. It looks like Dad's got his little T28 out, but these batteries perform so well. I have no problem using them in a $400 jet. But I'm going to end this video and start a new one for the next flight. Later.